Namaste everyone. As usual, we can begin with 3 ohms. Let's take a deep breath in. Our usual disclaimer: when you attend this session, you take responsibility for your own well-being. Life in Yoga and I and our volunteers don't take responsibility towards the outcome of your participation here. So please exercise caution in what you do and make sure whatever you do without any strain whatsoever. The rule of yoga is everything should be done with such gentle effort whereby you should have meditative focus in whatever you're doing. A good practice is to watch your breath and make sure the breath is always slow and smooth, so that as long as the breath is slow and smooth, it is unlikely that you will do anything forced or jerky motion that could potentially cause injury. So let's begin with our chakra vibrations. Bring the awareness to the perineum and pressing on the little finger with the thumb. As we squeeze at the perineum, we begin with the mantra LAM. Take a deep breath in. LAM. 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 Release the fingers, continue. Last time. Bring your awareness an inch or so above the perineum, behind the pubic area. As we draw in there, we do VAM, pressing on the ring finger with the thumb. VAM. Release the fingers, continue. Bring your awareness behind the navel, and as we draw in at the navel, we do rum, pressing on the middle finger with the thumb. Release the fingers, continue. Bring the awareness to the middle of the chest, and here as we draw in, we do yum, pressing on the index finger of the thumb. Yum. Release the fingers. Continue. Yum. Last time. Bring the awareness to the throat, and here we do hum. Thumbs up, loose fist. Release the hand. Continue. Bring the awareness to the middle of the head, and there we do chum, thumbs up, loose fist. Chum. Chum. Now, release the hand, continue. Last time. One more time. Top of the middle of the head, we do Om, thumbs up, loose fist. Release the hand, continue. last time. Now we go on to the Ujjayi Pranayama, the happy face breathing. And those of you who know it, you can proceed. If anybody has any congestion in the throat or chest or the nasal area, you can do it without any other motions. Simply do the Ujjayi. And for others, if you want to stimulate your palms or wrist, you can separate out your knees and put it in the give a little pressure over there. If you give a little pressure there, yes.
I was so nice yesterday. I feel so better. I mean, I can sleep properly yesterday.
Very
I'm
nice.
so glad. Thank you.
Let's go on with the Ujjayi.
Thank you so much.
I noticed that some of you are relatively new, and if you needed the instructions, I failed to mention it. To do the Ujjayi properly, you need to be able to feel a stretch in the bottommost part of the mouth and the throat. So once you get practiced doing that, you don't need to do other things. But as a beginner practice, to feel the stretch in the throat, having a big smile helps, where the cheeks stretch out, and you will feel a slight stretch in the bottommost part of the mouth. You can focus there, and as you inhale, you should feel a mild sucking sensation. And when you exhale, it feels like a reverse sensation. And those of you who are new to this practice, I will recommend that you keep your video on. If you don't have the video, we cannot make sure you're doing it correctly. Some of you should make a little more effort to feel the stretch in the throat. And I'll point out who can do a little more work over there. Asha Segal, Virendra Khemsara, Ram Verma. Yes, the three of you. Your Ujjayi is working, but it can be more powerful if you feel little more of a sucking sensation. Revati Iyengar, you should also make a little bit more of a sucking sensation. Even as we continue with the Ujjayi, just a quick note, today being Sunday, we have extra half hour for discussion. And the other elements, quick thing is, we do on our website the December retreat. We moved the September retreat to December 28th to January 1st. So if any of you are interested, you can go and click in over there and register yourself. And two other events that are coming up shortly is on people who are in the Maryland, Virginia, DC area. On September 23rd, we are meeting in Professor Agarwal's home in Ashton. And it's about 10 miles outside the Beltway on New Hampshire Avenue. So all of you who are in the local area or even wherever you are, if you want to drive in, you're welcome. So the timing is 3:30 in the afternoon to 6:30. So mark it in your calendar. We have not opened up a page for you to RSVP. So we'll do that in the next few days. And once we do that, you can put your name in. That way we will have a count of how many people are coming. And then the next announcement is on October 1st. It'll be from morning 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be doing a program related to our book where all the authors of the book together we will come in, and it'll be an open program that's available to everyone. That too, if the registration element hasn't yet got in, but it is a free open program for anyone, so the registration is only into the Zoom to connect it. And of course, end of October, we have the master class in yoga concepts coming. So let's continue the Ujjayi. And now we'll continue the Ujjayi with hands at the chest. And as we inhale, look up and stretch up. Exhale, take the hand around the shoulder, backward, and slowly come down with the chin down. We'll continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we can continue with the regular Ujjayi we were doing for a few more minutes. Now we can go on to Kapalbhati. So take a deep breath in and hold back the belly as it comes out. Hold it back, compressing the air in the lower part of the lung, and then begin quick expulsion. And even though it is quick expulsion, it has to be with light effort without any strain in the body. So the shoulders cannot move. Don't go huffing and puffing. You will feel like the belly is going in and a slight lifting sensation of the pelvic floor. Now We can do 3 breaths of Brahmari. Take a deep breath in. Now we can go and do the textbook Brahmari for 5 breaths. When we inhale, by constraining the back of the nostril area, the pharyngeal area, we are able to make the sound. And when we exhale, it is the regular Brahmari sound. And we do it without any mudra. So you can try it. Last breath. Now we can go on to the spinal twist. There we will do to the right, left and back. We will do it with the sound ah, and chin down we will do it with the humming sound ma. Now how many people prefer like the way we did yesterday? In each round we only do once and we will end up doing 5 or 6 times, right? That's better? Okay, so how many people want it the old way, where we increase the number of times? Okay, so it seems like it's a split. Okay, so today what I will do is, given that Neetaji is still recovering from the chest this thing, we will do it like yesterday. So take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, twist to the right. To the left. to the back. Chin to the chest. Towards the end of the humming, even as you're humming, try to lift up your head. You will feel the opening to the top of the head. Let's go on to the second round. Once again. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Third round to the right. Left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Fourth round, each side we will do twice. So that way it's a compromise. So take a deep breath in to the right. Second time. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. We'll do one more round, but only once in each side. To the right. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Now we cross one leg over the other, and as we exhale, we pull the leg towards the opposite shoulder, and we do lum as we squeeze at the perineum. So we will do this 3 to 5 times. Let's see, actually we'll do just 3 times. Take a deep breath in. Lum. Lum. let's cross over the other leg. Lung. Now, bring the awareness to the top of the middle of the head, and we do Ah or Om 3 times, whichever you may feel is better for you. Now, let's interlock our hands and bring it behind the head. As you exhale, gently twist to one side. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, come back. Continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Get hold of your elbows behind the head. As you exhale, pull to one side. Inhale, come back. Exhale, pull the other way. Inhale, come back. Continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Bring the hands behind the back, get hold of the elbows. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, twist to one side, inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way, inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Get hold of your hips behind the back. Inhale, push on one side and make a backward arch. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, push on the other side and exhale, come forward. Keep alternating the side. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we can stand up, and first we will end up going around the hips. So those of you who don't have ability to keep good balance, try to hold something and stand up, and the others can get hold of their hips. Keep the feet shoulder width apart, and as you inhale, come forward, exhale, go backward. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Let's go reverse. Last inhalation, last exhalation. Now we can actually, those of you who can keep good balance, keep your hands behind your hips and take a deep breath in, pull back the shoulders and lift up the chin and stay there. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly come up and straighten yourself. Separate out your feet as comfortably apart. Get hold of your elbows behind the back and take a deep breath in. And as you lift up the chin, pull back the shoulders. And as you exhale, lean forward. Feel the stretch from the bottom of the feet to the hips. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, release the hands and let it drop down towards the floor. If it reaches the floor, you can have the hands on the floor. If it doesn't reach the floor, grab hold of your legs wherever you can. Now take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to the middle. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come back to the middle. And continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back to the middle. Now take a slow, deep breath in and come up. Now, as we are standing up and those who are sitting down, let's do Ujjayi Pranayam once again with your hands at the chest. Inhale, look up and stretch up. Exhale, bring the shoulder from behind the back and bring it down. And continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. And then you can take your seat. We will do the alternate nostril breathing. Begin inhalation from the left nostril. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the right and then exhale to the left. That completes one cycle. Let's do minimum of 3 cycles. That is 6 breaths. Now we can go on to our spinal mantra. We will do the slow recording also today. That's a little easier for many people. We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the Shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jain, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jain, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim Shim Jim Jim Haim Aim Po. 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 Aim, shim, jim, jime, haim, aim, ho. 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 Now we can continue. Those of you who want to do Ujjayi, you can, and those who want to do Bhastrika can. Anybody who has any nose or chest blockage, you'll find doing Bhastrika is more difficult. So I will leave it to your individual choice what you want to do. And when you do Bhastrika, you do 20 breaths at a time. And after that, you do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka followed by Brahmari. And for those who want to do Ujjayi, please continue. We will do that for about 8 minutes and then we will go into meditation. I see many of you are doing Bhastrika, so let's do one last round of Bhastrika together. We will do 25 to 30 breaths. So let's begin with exhalation. Exhale. Inhale. exhale. 2, exhale. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. 10, exhale. 11, exhale. 12, exhale. 13, exhale. 14, exhale. 15, exhale. 16, exhale. 17, exhale. 18, exhale. 19, exhale. 20, exhale. 21, exhale. 22, exhale. 23, exhale. 24, exhale. 25, exhale. 26, exhale. 27, exhale. 28, exhale. 29, exhale. And last 30, exhale. Now again go back to Ujjayi, not what we do normally. Last Ujjayi breath. Now let's do one Brahmari and we'll go into meditation. Now mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything, I let go of everything, I let go of everything. As you let go of everything, feel a lightness come on to the body. And if you have a personal mantra or a method of meditation, you can do that. Those of you who have a congestion, you can just do Ujjayi, that itself is meditative. And for those who want to use a mantra, visualize a rising vibration from the bottom part of the sternum going upward through the body and out of the top of the head. And you visualize it as 3 syllables, Haim Im Om. And as you do Haim Im Om, we will have Om playing in the background. Visualize yourself as the entire cosmos and feel a downpour coming into the physical body. Become aware of the senses from the top of the head all the way down to the bottom of the feet. The senses given to us to fulfill the purpose for which we are born. Whenever you're ready to open your eyes, raise the palm of your hands and just open the eyes a sliver and look straight into the palm of your hands. Observe the vibrations you feel and bring your palms to your eyes, close your arms, feel integrated within. And those of you who have any items for discussion or questions, you can speak up, and those of you who are in the attendee list, you can feel free to you can talk if you feel like. So I have enabled that, so it's your choice. So any questions, any item for discussion, feel free to speak up. No questions? Virendraji, you are unmuted. You have a question? Sushma ji, go ahead.
Namaskar, Dr. Rajan.
Yes.
I was wondering that in majority of the movements we do, we start on the left, like our spine alignment. But when we are doing the akars and makars, we generally start from the right. Does that make a difference?
Generally, anytime we are doing only a physical exercise, the right or left, in which order you do, makes no difference.
Okay.
And when we are doing it any sound vibration, the right coming first is the exterior, or what is known as the Pingala Nadi, and the left is the interior. So you want your right to get integrated with the left. So when we use sound vibration, it is much more than simply moving energy. There is also moving of intent. So doing from the right is better.
Okay, thank you. Another kind of similar question is that in quite a few of exercises, we fold the thumb in when we are making the fist. I like it, but is there a reason why we do that?
See, for us, the plain reason for folding in the thumb is because as people age, the arthritic impact first starts in the bottom of the thumb. For the people over here, how many of you feel the greatest weakness in the area related to the thumb over here? There you are. So that is the reason. By bending the thumb over there and making this, you're stimulating that area, right?
And is it also true that when we are making the fist, different fingers relate to different parts of the body?
Well, because we approach from a scientific approach, all I can tell you is that from a Chinese medicine perspective, the meridians that flow in different fingers are correlated with different parts of the body. Okay, there is the other side, which does not have the same degree as validation as the Chinese medicine meridians, and that is what is called these acupressure points, and things like that. Those are supposed to be, most of them are supposed to be in the palm areas, and in some of the elements they also relate to fingers, but those I consider less validated, because what it is whereas the acupuncture points, the acupuncture meridian flow is fully validated, these, whether it is truly happening in the palms and this thing related to organs and fingers, whether they're really happening with acupressure or not is not fully validated. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, go ahead. Shakuntalaji, Dr. Mahajan?
Yeah, Dr. Rajan, thank you very much. I want to ask you, while you're doing Bhastrika, can you do Ujjayi at the same time?
Well, actually, I think you can do it Ujjayi. In other words, you're doing slow inhalation, slow exhalation, and you don't need the hand movement. If you want the hand movement, it'll reinforce, that's fine, you can. Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Jaya, please go ahead.
Dr. Rajan, the right side, the left side of my leg, near the side of my leg from the thigh to the ankle, to the knee, the side of the knee, it kind of hurts. Like when I even try to sleep on the right side, on the left side during the nights, after maybe after half hour or so, I'm not able to lie down on that side, it starts hurting. Is there a reason or something that can help me with that?
This is actually a very interesting question you raise. Okay. So what happens is, as part of the aging process, the blood movement in certain parts of the body can diminish. And this, of course, eventually, when people say you have arthritis and things, it is because there is not enough energy flowing in the tissues there, and the tissues are not working well enough. Since you asked this question, I'm going to give you the exact answer for you related to why this happens, but how you deal with it is a different matter. Why this happens is, yesterday in the morning hours, actually maybe it was before we came to our yoga class in the morning hours, suddenly I saw that I had pain in my right forearm, actually coming from the elbows all the way to the forearm over here. I developed a pain out of nowhere. I didn't do any exercise, I didn't lift up anything, and the pain started coming here. And your left leg is in that thigh area is very similar, right?
Yeah.
And so I said, why is this pain coming over here? And we have the Metatron these days for us to go and validate. I ran it and I compared my left hand to the right hand. And what I saw was, in the arterial blood flow, there was not enough communication right at the place where the elbow was coming into the forearm. And so, of course, what I did was I gave the Metatron healing over there, and it was only in the right hand, not in the left. I gave the Metatron healing over there, and once I had done the healing, it loosened up, but then the healing there alone was not enough. I kind of went into, actually it's very interesting in the Metatron when I go, there is one item called thrombocyte, and the thrombocyte essentially indicates when there is poor blood flow anywhere. That was also active. So all of that, I needed to heal the thrombocyte in this area. And as I gave healing over there, the pain went away. It went away here, but then it started, a slight pain started coming that was not there before, between the elbows and the shoulder. Then I went to the right brachial arteries, and I saw there the flow was not good. So I again gave the healing and did that. Now, of course, when I use the Metatron, it is slightly different. But in this particular case, what I will suggest for you is doing Ujjayi Pranayam with focus right on that thigh over there may be helpful to move the blood flow. But the reason why you have it over there is, I cannot explain why, in the sense that this kind of, blood flow weakening in a particular area is happening. But whatever it is from a self-managed perspective, as opposed to working with the Metatron, this may be the Ujjayi Pranayam may be the best thing to do, but with focus in that area. Try it right now. Keep the mental focus right in that left thigh and do Ujjayi for about 5 to 10 minutes as we are talking over here, and let me know at the end of 10 minutes how it is doing.
Okay.
So,
Thank you, Doctor.
Satyapal,
What is Metatron healing?
well, okay. So now that you raised that question, I will speak about that, but let me see what Satyapalji has a question on.
Sorry.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan, for taking my question. I have been diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. And if I remember correctly, some time back, you suggested we should do Ujjayi 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night. Did I hear you correctly?
Okay. For hypothyroidism, we know that Ujjayi and those kinds of the Ujjayi Kumbhaka things work well. With respect to the hyperthyroidism, we have not done enough tests for any evidence. Okay. Now, my best suggestion for you is, if you are diagnosed with hyperthyroidism, if you go to an experienced endocrinologist, they may be able to guide you, and over a period of 2-3 months, it can be taken care, I think. So you are under the care of an experienced endocrinologist?
I have been prescribed some medication which I'll start day after tomorrow.
What is the medication?
Oh, I forgot the name. Something.
Is it anything like metamazole, tapazole, or anything like that?
No, it was some thyro something. Let me pick up the medicine. I have it here. I'll speak it out.
Yeah, while you're gone, we will deal with the question of what is Metatron. Okay? So the one second. Dalpatji, go ahead. You want
Okay.
to say something?
I have lately, like about a month, tingling in my finger, especially left hand more than right. In the morning hour, it's more, and I'm a diabetic. So, and my doctor said, well, there is something, test has to be done, maybe a neurosis, something. So I don't know what it is. Any exercise can help?
Ujjayi pranayam is the one that you should do. But let me, that's about all I can suggest now. Satyapalji is back. Do you have the medicine name?
Yes, it says levothyroxine sodium.
Okay, if it is levothyroxine, you don't have hyperthyroidism, you have hypo. Hypothyroidism is low in thyroxine. Okay?
Okay, when the blood test came, the doctor said normally it should be 5 and it is 70.
Yes, that is the TSH, that is thyroid stimulating hormone. When it is high, it means the thyroxine level is low, which means they give you the levothyroxine. And what happens is, for this condition, your Ujjayi Kumbhaka is the best exercise, where with Ujjayi you do the inhalation and hold the breath with chin down, and when you exhale it between the teeth and bring it down. Do that 10 times twice a day. That could be helpful.
So it is hypo, not hyper?
Yes, it is not hyper.
10 times.
See, somebody said something? Okay. So it is, so now let's go back to the question of what is Metatron healing, and that question that was raised, right? Okay. Okay. So the, when we work with our mechanism of physical yoga practices, we are literally stimulating at the physical level. Now, what happens is, whatever we see in our physical level is being controlled by vibrations. The vibrations is the underlying dynamics of how the body functions. In fact, what happens is, when you pop a pill, the pill biochemical reactions by their nature are vibration. It is just like how electricity and magnetism work. That is how the underlying physiology of the body. The manifestation is what you see in the biochemical and the body physiological. The underlying dynamics is vibration, which causes all the reactions, the biochemical reactions that are happening in the body. So the thing is, when we look at traditional medicine, when they look at read with 3 fingers, or when we use what is called electrophotonic imaging, where we are looking to measure the vibrations in the body, we are measuring at what is called the subtle body. And this is what traditional medicine works at. Now, the higher elements of Ayurveda and traditional medicine go into a zone of mantra that is designed for meditative connectivity through which you heal. So when you go into meditation connectivity, where exactly are you connecting? It is not just the vibration in the vibrational plane, but in meditation connectivity, when you do transcendental meditation, you connect into your spiritual body. When we typically talk about our being, we have the physical being, what is called the sthula sharir, the gross body. Underlying that is the subtle body of vibrations. And underlying that we call as the causal body. The causal body is the spirit. Now, the spirit is something that is normally not considered measurable, but yet at the same time, advanced yogis are able to go into meditation, know about people and the power of blessings and things like that. When people do yajnas, when they do any prayer or things, prayer for other people, how does that work? It works at the spiritual plane. So the Metatron is a device. It's a scientific device. A scientific device that enables to go beyond the 3-dimensional physical world into the 4th dimension of spirits. The science behind it is what is called scalar waves. The concept of scalar waves is as old as Tesla, Nikola Tesla, who discovered the alternate current, right? So what happens is, the concept of scalar waves is, we are a bundle of vibration, and this is the same principle as transcendental meditation. We are a bundle of vibrations, and when we find an equal and opposite vibration, everything silences within us. But then there are 2 sources of energy that are creating the 2 vibrations, equal and opposite vibration. So what happens to the 2 sources of energy? Energy cannot be destroyed. They create a different kind of waves that are called scalar waves that go into a different dimension. And that is the dimension of the spiritual entity, the spirit. So by connecting into the spirit, you're able to give healing, which is the basis of pranic healing, any kind of mental-based healing that a healer can send to somebody. But today, that same thing, because we understand the science today, we have a scientific instrument that is connected into our computer. And from the computer, we can request a signal to scan a part of the body and to go and give healing to that part of the body that is affected. That is what is Metatron. Now, we have begun the research on the Metatron only from August of last year. Okay? So it is very much in an experimental state, and we are working with number of what would be normally considered beyond healing abilities. Okay? So so far we have worked with only 2 extreme cases, and one extreme case that was worked with was we had one person in Texas who was a serious diabetic who also got a heart attack, and he was in such a bad shape the doctors thought he was gone. And the thing is, then we started with the Metatron healing, and over a period of 1 month, a person whom they all thought was gone, he completely revived. Okay? Now, right now, we are working with another case where a person about 2.5 years back had a stroke and the right side of the body got paralyzed. And the person, while with all the physiotherapy they did, nothing could revive the right side. So now we are working with that person to see whether we can revive the right side. And what we have seen is that after 3.5 weeks of healing, that person now states two things. One is the person is much more clear-headed and positive. And the second thing is the person has a physiotherapist coming every day for the past 2 years and tries to move the muscles so that the muscles won't atrophy, right? So that so the physiotherapist makes the person stand up every day and move. And obviously, when the person tries to stand up, it's very difficult. And when the person tries to move, it's only the left leg that is moving. The other side has to be dragged because the right leg won't move, right? So the person had been doing. And what we have heard in the last week is the person is able to stand up comfortably and feels very stable when the person is up, okay? So we are doing still research and testing on this. And it'll be a couple of years before we have enough, data to know how to use the system and how to work with it. Okay, so that's a little bit of, in a nutshell, what the Metatron is. Unlike the Metatron, the biomeridian and the electrophotonic imaging, we have about 9 years of experience with it. Okay, because we have 9 years of experience with it, we have a high degree of confidence with which we can say when we get pre-post readings how to understand it and things. In this particular case of this Metatron, we are still at a research stage, and we do find it is very effective for any kind of instant healing. It is very effective. Like for instance, last year when my sister had an injury in a finger and it was swollen, immediately after the healing, the swelling, the redness in the finger went away. Okay, it is very fast in healing. And so like the pain, as I told you, pretty much went away in the course of that healing that I did over that 20 minutes or so. So that is what the Metatron is all about.
Thank you very much. It's amazing. Wow. It's
So, Doctor,
unbelievable. And if it happens, then that will be the most wonderful thing in the world for everybody.
Yes, but the thing is, you see, what it is you are open to it because you understand a little bit of yoga.
Very well, I understood everything.
Yeah, but on the other hand, what happens is people who are trained through the conventional medicine system, who think of the body as simply like parts of an automobile and as a mechanical body kind of thing, for them, even if you tell them about this, they won't even believe it. They will have no curiosity to even look at it.
Very true, because same thing like with chakra vibration, it is so powerful. It is healing, and when you tell the people what you are saying, when they don't believe, a lot of
Exactly.
But now a lot of people believe also because they have shown means electron microscope, even one cell, when you see that everything is vibration. Our body is really not a solid mass. It's all electron, proton, neutron, and all this vibration, chakra vibration. When your vibration is not right and match it, you get healing. But still,
I will actually, you as a physician should understand that if you look carefully in cases, for a number of cases, this will happen once in a while, where a person who has multiple medication with multiple comorbidities, this person is somehow in a bad state, and then they get admitted into the hospital. In the hospital, what do? They first take out all the medications you have and they observe one at a time. And what ends up happening is, more often it is the toxicity of the medication that causes all the destabilization, and when there are multiple comorbidities and all of these issues. So I'm going to give you a very interesting example. You see, going back some 9 years back or so, because my mother was having difficulty in the breathing and vitality and all of that, she had a full cardiology workout, full assessment by a cardiologist with echocardiogram and various other things that was done. And he basically said she should be on, at that time, for about 20 years or so, she had been on a very low dose of a beta blocker. And so the thing is that cardiologist said, oh, she needs to be on losartan with hydrochlorothiazide. So her own physician, who is also my friend's wife, she basically said, no hydrochlorothiazide. Okay, losartan we can accept. So she gave a low dosage of losartan, and the hydrochlorothiazide, as you know, it drains the fluid from the body. And as a result of that, what happens is people who are elderly, there are a lot of cases of people who will faint and fall because of that. And so what happens is, she being internal medicine and a physician, she has seen enough of the cases, and whereas the specialist as a cardiologist will make recommendations, and they typically tend to over-medicate. And so what happened is, over these years, from 25 milligrams, it went up to 50 and it went up to 100. And I did not like that, because I was looking at the cognitive response of my mother, and I thought, as I was looking at more things, intuitively I felt a high degree of reason for dementia and Alzheimer's is that excessive use of medications to reduce hypertension.
Very true.
So what was happening was, I started looking and taking a careful measurement, and my mother had COVID about a couple of months back when she was with my sister in Florida. And so after that, when I was monitoring, I figured that it was very stable, the blood pressure. So before the appointment with the doctor, I told my mother, just take 50% of the medication. So for 1 week, she was on 50 milligrams instead of 100. And then we went to the doctor. The doctor was completely surprised, because what happens is, because of the aging and atherosclerosis, when my mother goes in over there, typically the physician assistant or the nurse who will take the reading, the typical reading will be like about, 140, 150 by 85, 90 kind of thing will be the reading. And the doctor will come in after about 10 minutes and take the reading. And it would have already gone down to like 135, 130, 135 by like 80, 85 kind of thing. And this time she goes over there, and of course, when the physician assistant took it, it was like, 130 by 85. And then the doctor comes in and takes the reading, and the reading shows like, 120 by 72. And so she said, well, if 50 milligrams is working for you, that is all that is enough. And so she told me that keep watching. And I told her that, you see, what happens is, when she's in a fully relaxed state, the reading comes down to like sometimes like 110, 106 systolic, and the diastolic goes as low as 68. And so the thing is, basically, she said, keep watching. And we have now reduced it to 25 milligrams.
Very good. Yes, that is true.
White syndrome.
So the thing is, basically, what happens is, too often, the system by which the modern medicine works is a tendency to over-medicate.
That is very true.
That's what they call white syndrome. When you see the doctor in a white coat,
Yes.
it goes up, and after 10, 20 minutes, it goes down. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
pretty common with most of the people.
This is very true because when we were start doing yoga with you, my blood pressure was always good, but I was only taking 80 milligram Divan. And then after that, 40, they don't even make 40 in this country. I have to cut the dose into that. And then I start taking even after 1 I told my doctor first, he didn't believe. I said no. And so he said, okay, because he knows I'm a doctor, I can manage myself morning. So my blood pressure medicine came down to very little or none with doing yoga and chakra meditation
Yes.
with both of us.
So Jaya, do you feel any difference in your left thigh? You have to unmute.
Yeah, I see the improvement, Dr. Rajan. I'm going to try it out in the night before I go to sleep as well.
Yes. Yes. So that Ujjayi with focus on that place helps to increase the nerve sensitivity there, which means it will increase the blood flow over there, and that will probably take care of it. But there is something I need to discuss with our physician team. You see, every week we have a group of like 4 or 5 physicians as well as all our trainees. We meet together, and typically it is on Saturday mornings when we meet. And so I'll have a discussion with them, because when we have interesting cases, we analyze it. And the thing that I have in mind is why it is the thrombocyte comes up all the time in our Metatron reading. When a person has pain or I consider it as a bad blood movement, the blood movement is not strong enough in a part of the body, the thrombocyte comes up. And of course, physicians know what a thrombus is. But why does the thrombocyte come up? And we need to deepen our understanding about what is happening over there. So we'll close the discussion for today. Or is there any burning question from anyone?
Dr. Rajan, one more question, Dr. Rajan.
Yes.
I feel on and off, I feel like, I think every half hour, I feel like my feet has a burning sensation.
Yes. But you're not diabetic.
No.
So, so the thing is basically just do more Ujjayi. It is really the blood perfusion is not good enough. And but let me ask you something. Any of your parents or anyone, did they anytime have arthritic conditions or, diabetic or any of those conditions?
Mom was diabetic.
Okay. And blood pressure, how was it for them?
Blood pressure was, I think, normal.
I see. See what happens to the aging process, atherosclerosis, which is the loss of resilience of the arteries happens. And as a result of that and the building of whatever plaque and things, the blood perfusion in the body in different parts becomes less. The best way to manage this is Ujjayi Pranayam with walking. So I call it as walking Ujjayi or walking meditation, right? If you do that for like maybe, as you age, you need more and more. Now you may do probably 20, 30 minutes. And when you're now another 10 or 20 years older, you may want to do 1 hour of that walking and with the Ujjayi. And that may actually help to maintain and resolve. And today we had a conversation in the morning in the seminar about understanding or basically aging gracefully was the topic, right? So in that aging gracefully topic, we were talking about how as you age, you may need to do work in a different way so that you're able to manage yourself in a way that is meaningful. So that may be the answer. Actually, for me, genetically, I am on bonus time right now. The thing is basically in our family history, all the male members of our family at this age where I am, they don't even reach my age. They end up basically having a heart attack and with no earlier symptoms of any kind. Blood pressure is normal, everything is fine. and no indication of coronary artery disease. They fall down, they have a massive heart attack, and they're dead. And this has happened to my father, his older brother, my cousins from my uncle's children. This is what has happened to all of them. Okay, so the thing is basically with the use of Metatron, and I have had on an annual, or I shouldn't say annual, every 2-3 years, all the heart related assessments, everything is normal. They cannot find anything wrong. And in one time, when they found something wrong in the ECG, they also did this ABI, that is ankle brachial index, to see blood perfusion. I do have atherosclerosis, but then there was anything strongly indicative. But every now and then I would get a little bit of, pain or stiffness. Even pain I have had in my chest area, the left side over there where the heart is. And my Metatron is what told me it is not the coronary arteries. And even with our electrophotonic imaging, it's not the coronary arteries. It will always show there is weakness in the heart muscle. With the Metatron, it showed it was really the blood perfusion in the capillaries which was the problem. And there is a simple exercise that takes care of that. That is Brahmari. So every time I get tightness or pain over there, I just do Brahmari 5-10 times, it goes away. So what happens is when we learn the mechanisms of these things and how we can deal with these things, it is different. And for me, my hands over here, if I don't exercise, they can all get, tight and painful. If I have to, open lids and close lids, I can feel the pain in my hands and my shoulders, my hips are very bad. But then I'm medication free. But if I do these practices, it keeps going quite well. And there is another very interesting instrument called the Chi machine. At some point in time, if you want to see that machine, actually our good friend Prem Bhaskarji knows, Dr. Agarwal, he has had the Chi machine for a while. All it does is, it shakes your leg. You lie down and you put your leg on the machine. It shakes your leg like this. It actually shakes the leg at 2.4 hertz. That is 2.5 cycles per second, right? But what happens is, as it continuously keeps shaking like that, your whole body shakes at 8.3 hertz, which is the natural communication of the body. Because what happens is, the shaking of 2.4 hertz on the machine, because by the time it swings and comes back, you're again moving. It after maybe even 10-20 seconds, your body is shaking at 8.3 hertz. And what happens is, immediately after doing it for about 5 minutes, all the hips, everything gets restored. Actually, what happened was, my machine was over here, and one of our yoga folks came by on Thursday. And so I told him, why don't you try? And he is in his late 40s, and he had an accident and had some pain and issues. Immediately he could see the difference. So I told him, you take the machine, keep it and bring it back to me next week. So these kind of things can be very effective tools as people age, how to manage it. So Premji, you want to say something? You can unmute. We don't hear you. You have to probably be closer to your computer. Try saying something. No, we don't hear you. No, I don't hear you.
Check your volume.
Actually, it is the microphone problem, not the volume, whatever. So, okay, no problem. You have used the machine, right? Yeah.
अच्छा, मैं कल करूंगी.
We don't hear you, Premji. So we'll give up for today. Next time you can tell us. Thank you. Namaste.
Dr. Rajan,
Yes.
I want to share with you why the reason you were saying your whole family got heart problems, why you didn't get, because recently they have found out, and the ladies, they got the Nobel Prize, they have found out that when you are meditating, your chromosomes, which have at the like shoelaces, those are called telomeres, they stay
Yes.
in till the telomeres stay intact. Will they don't break, you will not get any disease from your parents or things. And what happens when you are meditating, which you are truly, you are the one who meditate, a telomerase enzyme is liberated in your body, which keeps your telomere in shape, they don't frail. And then you are not subjected to the disease which your parents, that means you can change your DNA also. So just wanted to share.
I
with
know.
you.
I'm very familiar with the aging and the telomeres. So that's okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. We'll catch up next time. Bye.